Okay, so in this video I wanted to share my results working with larger size photopolymer film. So this is 30 by 40 centimeters or 12 by 16 inch. And here is the glass plate on which I will laminate that film. So this is 16 inch by 16 inch. And unfortunately the setup I have is not entirely ideal for working with these larger film sizes. The reason for that is that I would ordinarily want to have an overhead mirror to direct the beam downward at an angle towards the glass plate. But the mirror, its diameter would have to be the same as the width of the glass plate, so a 16-inch diameter mirror, and supporting that overhead and rigging that up would be a little bit of a challenge. So instead I'm just doing a really basic reflection hologram. So the beam coming in straight on, and the goal here is just to see what kind of result I can achieve with these larger film sizes. And what I noticed was that the photopolymer film tends to exhibit sort of a dark ringing pattern to it. So you can see that here as I angle the glass plate around, this dark ringing pattern. And so what I read was that this can tend to happen with the photopolymer material because it undergoes a sort of a exothermic reaction during the exposure. So during exposure, it can heat up and that can tend to cause movement. And anytime you have movement during exposure, that can tend to ruin the hologram. So I think that's what's going on here. Not 100% certain, but that seems to be a likely explanation for this kind of outcome. Now I moved to a smaller size glass plate. This is 8 by 10 inch. And the same size film laminated on it. And I noticed a bit of an improvement. The ringing, the dark pattern was not quite as severe. You can see the result here. So it's still somewhat noticeable, but perhaps not as severe as with the larger size. So in any case, it's kind of cool to look at these holograms, the larger sizes. Again, it preserves all the texture, the depth is there. And so it's still kind of a nice result, but I think if I were to do this again, I would do it with a different material just to try to avoid this pattern on the hologram. And here it is, photopolymer material as well, but at a smaller 4-inch size cutout. And you can see at these smaller sizes, there is no pattern that I can tell. So it appears to just be an issue more prominently at the larger sizes. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.